What's going on, everybody? It's Mark. I'm out here on the outskirts of the Great Western Prairie. Feels good to get in front of this fisheye lens again and do some videos, but point being is that there is some meadow rose here, which is a native rose found in our tall grass prairies out here in Illinois. However, this particular one is getting choked out and outcompeted by European buckthorn, the ever aggressive, nasty Rhamnus cathartica, poster child for invasive species. This could be a big, beautiful shrub of a native meadow rose, Rosa blanda, or blanda. Kind of a that's an instance where the scientific name is actually not that fantastic sounding, but I always push people to learn botanical Latin, the scientific names of plants. It's really not as hard as you would think, and they sound amazing usually coming off the tongue. This one may be an exception, Rosa blanda. But my whole point here is not about botanical Latin. It's about this invasive buckthorn outcompeting the beautiful meadow rose. Little PSA for you. Down with buckthorn. All right, I'm moving right on down the line of this trail here. This is the last bits of a wild geranium, Geranium maculatum, an awesome native plant that has also beautiful foliage and is kind of a shade-loving plant. You can get this into your yard in some spots that are not that sunny. You'll find it on woodland edges, you know, savanna settings and stuff like that. So instead of just kind of going hosta crazy or a stilby crazy in your yard, try this wild geranium. And then about 15 feet away here is the mighty golden alexanders. This is a phenomenal pollinator magnet, and it is a host plant to the swallowtail butterfly. They will lay eggs on this, and you will find caterpillars for the swallowtail butterfly on this. I wonder if there's any right now. I would love to see more swallowtails this year. But that's Zizia aura. It's in the carrot family. This likes kind of a moist soil. It will take some dryness, obviously. It'll adapt itself. If you get this in your yard, in a typical yard kind of garden bed setting, it will definitely kind of shrub out. And in fact, you'll probably have to divide it more often than not. Give some of it to your friends and family so they can get some stuff in their yard that supports the swallowtail butterfly. This is kind of the poster child of invasive species and maybe the misunderstanding thereof, right? This is Dame's Rocket. There's a lot of people who think that this is phlox because of the petals, the fragrance, the time in which it blooms. It's very similar to our native Phlox divaricata or Phlox paniculata, which is our woodland phlox and or our what's called commonly tall garden phlox. Looks very similar, but these only have 4 petals and phlox have 5. Also, the leaves are different. These are alternate toothed leaves. You see they got some serrations on the margins of the leaf, and they are alternate along the stem. Whereas phlox, the margins of the leaves are smooth, and they're opposite, not alternate, meaning that they're directly across from each other on the stem, the leaves. So beautiful. It is a beautiful plant, but it had been brought over from Europe many years ago, hundreds of years ago. It has escaped cultivation. It has kind of made its way out of people's yards and into our natural areas, and this displaces all of our native vegetation. And now they kind of grow in areas where they are stealing the sunlight, the nutrients from the soil, and everything else from our native flora. Well, that was fun, but I'm not in the prairie anymore. I'm over here now. But stay tuned for further prairie adventures as some of those amazing plants and grasses start popping off through the summer and into the fall. We'll talk about them later.